So about 1987, I was selected to attend a annual recognition event for AT&T managers, and there were 250,000 employees nationwide, and they selected the top 0.01%, maybe 300 of us of managers in every field. My field was, I had a team of sales folks in the business office, and my team was the best team in the United States, literally, and purposefully so. I knew what I was doing. And so we were selected to go to, not Anaheim, it was John Wayne Airport, Newport Beach, California, the most exclusive place on the planet, let me just tell you. And so we went, and it was 2 or 3 days, just all these, and I knew a lot of the managers, and a lot of my age, a lot of younger and mostly older. But we were having a great time. It was free drinks and free food, and all day, every day for 3 or 4 days. And then during the middle of it, they had a banquet, and the banquet was a big deal. I'm talking, I'm guessing $40,000-$50,000 to put this banquet on, including 5-course meals, French cuisine, dressed to the nines. Everybody was in suits and ties, and they gave away a few awards that night. It wasn't the major award presentation, but they gave away a few. Just spectacular, this banquet for 300 AT&T managers, the cream of the crop. And even including at this banquet, ice sculptures. I remember at least one, if not 2 or 3 maybe, but the big one in the middle of the buffet table was, it was a gigantic round ice sculpture of the AT&T logo. So it's the globe with, lines or whatever, but they had carved it out, and it was huge. It was maybe 4 feet tall, and at least 4 feet, 4 feet around, a 1.5 feet thick at least, gigantic. The whole room, you could see it. So we had this fabulous dinner. Took all evening, drinks, man, and when it was winding down about 10 o'clock, maybe 11, maybe a little later, a few of us, about 8 of us, that were friends of mine or that I had hooked up with, and all about my age, late mid-30s. And we decided we were gonna go to a club, afterwards. And so we called a cab, and we had to get a big, cab. And we, on the way out, I swear it was my idea, but it could have been anybody's. I said, let's take that ice sculpture with us. And of course we asked, the banquet was over, we asked the hotel people, can we take that? And they go, you can't get that out of here, thing's huge, it takes 6 people to carry that. Well, we had 6 people. And so what we did is, we broke it off, this giant thing, and laid it on a big round table with a tablecloth that reached the floor, a tablecloth, and we told them we're taking the tablecloth. We pulled the cloth up on all sides and wrapped it around, and then took it, and we said we'll bring the tablecloth back, and got this van to get us all, and we got it in the back. They agreed to do it, and we found this nightclub in the most exclusive place I think I've ever seen. Like a strip mall, what I'd call a strip mall, but high dollar, man. And so there was a line out front, and they were only selecting a few people, and we would learn later who they were selecting. But we went up there, 6 or 8 of us, and we didn't bring the sculpture, and we told them where we had been, and man, we were dressed nice. We were dressed as nice as anybody there, and these people were all dressed nice. And so we told them what we were doing, and we told them what we had in the car. And this was a dance place, man, where people would dance all night. And they said, you know what, we've got a big tall table that 6 or 8 people could stand around that would hold that thing. And they said, bring it in. And so we did, and we brought it in and laid it on that table and pulled the things down so that because it was melting, not a lot, but it was melting, so it hit the tablecloth. And then we would go dance and have drinks and come back all sweaty, and everybody's rubbing this thing. All the tables around us started coming over, rubbing this big giant ice thing that was kind of melting there. It was a really cool club, kind of different, sounds. It was a sound system and a DJ, and they were playing not disco, man, more, I don't even know, prog, I don't know, but it was very upscale. And I remember we're having drinks, having the time of our life, and we start noticing who's in this place. We realized that every woman in there, and it was all couches and stand-up tables, and 3 dozen couches and chairs pulled together, really intimate, but a dance floor and just this banging place. But all the women in there there wasn't one that didn't look like a movie star in the finest clothes you have ever seen. Most of them, if I remember right, pantsuits, but a lot of skirts and dresses and gowns. They were really dressed nice. And a lot of jewels and, rings and jewels. These were rich women. And we realized that none of them, not one of them, was younger than about my age, 35, 40. Most of them were at least 50 years old and older. And I would say 90% of them. And then we started looking at the guys, and there wasn't one white man in there. Not that that's a big deal. My son-in-law's black. I love him. But no white men, all young black men. Not one of them over maybe 25. And all looked like supermodels, man. They were dressed nice. Not as nice as the women, but they all had on slacks and, just high-end things. And this is a private club. And that was clubs have a theme. The pirate bar. This was older women, and young black dudes getting together for hookups. And only that. There was no other, except us, my little group. There was no other people allowed in this place. One of the more bizarre things I've ever seen.